Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here of Saint Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. In today's video, I got some new news concerning the New Orleans Saints, and that's the report of the Saints eyeing former Raiders wide receiver Brian Edwards. Now, I think a lot of you are familiar with Brian Edwards during his time playing with the Atlanta Falcons, because the Raiders had traded Edwards over to Atlanta, and he got injured. I believe he got injured, and he found himself found his way to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they waived him like leading up to the Super Bowl. But anyways, man, this is the latest news concerning the Saints. On the free agency front, they've made a lot of moves in the last few days. I'll say like 1 year deals. With players, not really splash moves or anything like that. But they've been the talk is that they're looking for a possession receiver, another possession receiver, another guy that can catch in traffic, that can catch contested catches, things like that, keep the chains moving, pick up big plays on third down, all those cool things. But they're looking at this guy Brian Edwards because he's familiar with Derek Carr. You know, Similar to how Foster Moreau was familiar with Derek Carr. Prayers go out to him. Hope he makes a full recovery. Glad that the medical staff was able to catch that, because the longer go undetected with that type of stuff, it gets worse. But it gets worse about the weeks, the months, the years. But I'm glad they caught it. Get well, Foster Moreau, local guy, and come back, and hopefully he'll be with the Saints. But we'll see. But he's for Brian Edwards. He's familiar with Derek Carr, similar to how Foster Moreau is familiar with Derek Carr. They couldn't get Darren Waller because the Giants. I'm assuming is the Giants had interest in the guy, but then again, Darren Waller, he's been injury prone for the last couple of seasons, the last 2 seasons. But it is what it is. But Brian Edwards, he fits the mold. He fits the bill of a Michael Thomas, like receiver. When I say that, I mean his measurables, his size, what he can do, his characteristics. 6'3", over 200 pounds, big guy, catch contested catches, can move the chain on third down. Not a burner, but he can do things with the football when he's given opportunity to. So opportunity to do that. He did that. We saw that a lot with the Raiders, and I remember I usually, whenever the Raiders was on my TV screen, their games, I would hear that name pop up a lot. During the broadcast, saying Derek Carr, Brian Edwards, first down. It's a name that pop up a lot, because before Devontae Adams got to the Raiders, it was Derek Carr and Brian Edwards, and Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. That was it for the Raiders. Their weapons. But when Devontae Adams got there, that pretty much signaled the end for Brian Edwards. But he is familiar with a Derek Carr. They want to add, like according to this quote, according to Nick Underhill, the Saints are interested in adding another physical wide receiver to the roster. This guy is still young, man. 24 years old. Was selected 81st overall in the 2020 NFL draft. Man, that's 2020. That's 3 years. That was 3 years ago, man. But 2020 NFL and draft third round pick out of South Carolina, bro. So, still young. Hasn't been in the league that long. 24 years old. Had a big year with Carr in 2021, his second season. Caught 34 catches, 34 receptions for 571 yards, 3 touchdown receptions, converting on 26 first downs. So, I mean, that ain't bad, for a type of receiver like Brian Edwards. Just to sum it up right here, they were saying that things kind of went sideways after Gruden was fired for, those emails and things like that with the league. brought in Josh McDaniels, and he just moved on from him, just like he's moving on from Darren Waller and this player and that player. And probably Hunter Renfrow might be next. Who knows? But things kind of went sideways after that. He had a shoulder injury in Carolina, the Falcons, in training camp. Slowed him down. Was cut in November, and was got on with the Chiefs practice squad, but let go after before the Super Bowl. So now he's a free agent now. So it wouldn't be bad, man. It wouldn't hurt to kick the tires, on this guy. He won't be the third he won't be the second option. Won't be the first option. Probably be like the fourth or third option, in this game. And this on this team. But according to this write-up right here, he's shown before that he can make the most of the physical traits by catching 10 of 19 contested targets sent his way during the 2021 season. He has an average depth of target that year of 14.4 yards. Suggests he can make plays downfield too, so he could be really a nice fit in New Orleans if he's interested in opportunity, and if the money makes sense for both sides. It's something to watch in the days ahead. Yeah, it's right up. You're reading this excerpt right here. It sounds good. It sounds intriguing. You know what I'm saying? It does. Guy, he's familiar with Derek Carr in the passing game during the time in Oakland, Las Vegas. So it wouldn't hurt to bring this guy in, man. It wouldn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna cost a lot. We got the cap space to do it. So why not? But like I said before, this is another position where you can save that money and address this through the NFL draft. That because there's value at the position, at the receiver position in the second round, third round, fourth round, and the fifth round. There is. I've checked repeatedly throughout the last couple of weeks on that wide receiver position, and I've identified like 3 or 5 guys that would do great with the Saints in that role, that possession receiver role that they're looking for. And we just need a guy to put up those numbers that was brought up in this article. A guy that could catch 570 yards, 630 yards, 40 passes, 50 passes, 5 to 7 touchdowns. Convert on first down attempts. Somebody that can keep the chains moving. Somebody that can, make things happen while they double teaming Michael Thomas, they double teaming Chris Olave. This could be that type of player. So either way, man, I'm down either way they go with this. Bring Bryan Edwards in or go through the NFL draft. It made no difference to me. But I would prefer they would go the route of the draft and save the money. But who am I? You know what I'm saying? Just it's not costing these guys much. They're still gonna have to. I mean, even if you sign them to like a 1-year deal, they got to fight for their jobs in training camp. You know what I'm saying? Because he's probably gonna be competing with Traquan Smith for that role. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it goes. Same with the other players that they signed the other day. Lonnie Jones Jr., I believe, and Jonathan Abraham. So these are just like cheap 1-year proven deals to see if there's anything left. If they can fit into this system and you can fit with this culture. Because these guys are still young in their careers, man. Lonnie Jones, Jonathan Abraham, and Bryan Edwards, 24 years old, 26 years old. These guys are young in their careers. Got picked, I think, in my opinion, high in the draft. 3rd round pick. Jonathan Abraham was a late 1st round pick. Lonnie Jones was a 2nd round pick by the Texans. So these guys are still young in their careers. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't hurt to bring this guy in, man. I mean, I wouldn't be upset. No, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't hurt me. So we'll see how everything plays out. All right, and other news, Sean Payton up there in Denver trying to recreate the New Orleans Saints out there. New Orleans Saints West, the Denver Saints. But today it was reported that Marquez Callaway will sign with the Denver Broncos for this upcoming season. And, you know, it makes sense. You know, Peyton is pretty much bringing people in that he's familiar with coaching staff. He's signed Lil Jordan Humphrey the other day. Well, a few weeks ago, he signed Lil Jordan Humphrey. He signed, I think yesterday he signed Tony Jones Jr., who played with the Saints. Nowadays, Marquez Callaway. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Callaway, he had his career high, you know, in 2021. There was 46 catches, 698 yards, 6 touchdowns. Pretty much, he was the number one guy because Michael Thomas missed the entire season dealing with that ankle injury that he suffered in 2020. So that's just what it is right now. I wish him nothing but the best up there. Him and Tony Jones Jr. and Lil Jordan Humphrey. I guess I'm assuming that Peyton is going to move on from those receivers he have in Denver that I think is pretty good. And Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, you know, I guess he's, you know, going to move on from. That's what I'm hearing. So I guess Callaway's going to have one of those roles. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Peyton is bringing in people that he's familiar with. I doubted that. I mean, Lil Jordan Humphrey's going to be his number one. I doubt it. Him, Humphreys or Callaway. They're probably gonna add another wide receiver in the draft to like supplant one of them. So we'll see how everything play out. But they don't play the Saints don't play the Denver Broncos till like I think 2026 if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be a while. It'll be another 3 years before the Saints see Sean Payton again. I think the game will be at the Dome. I think it will be at the Dome. So we'll see everything play out with the Broncos. I'll be paying attention to how they do with Sean Payton to see if he's, you know, well, I think he is, but I know that to see that he'll be, Russell Wilson will be his latest, you know, reclamation project. You know, he got Teddy Bridgewater paid, you know, at the Saints. Bridgewater went 5-0 with the Saints. Taysom Hill got a really good record with him. Won some games with Taysom Hill, and he won games with Jameis Winston. So he's pretty spot on with quarterbacks, you know. And Russell Wilson, in my opinion, will be a better, you know, quarterback this year with Peyton on the center. Well, not on the center, but my bad, as his head coach. So we'll see everything plays out with that. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. How you feel about the Saints bringing in Bryan Edwards? Do you think we should sign him, or do you think the Saints should utilize the route of the draft, the route of the NFL draft to fill his position? Also check out strike7sports.com/Saints for the latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. I got a new article up today. It's titled "Revisiting the Projected Outlook of the NFC South," along with free agency grades for each team in the division. So check that out. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Who that?